So you're curious to see what Adobe Max brought to Premiere Pro and After Effects, but you don't want to watch the entire keynote or sit through all of the different things. Don't worry, I got you covered in this video. It's the most wonderful time of the year. You thought I was doing really well until I hit that last note, didn't you? Right now, what's going down? Robert Teegarden back again with another video. Today, we are talking about a hyper-condensed summary of Adobe Max for video creators. If you're new here, welcome. I post content on a weekly basis on filmmaking tips and the business of being a creative in an effort to help you freelance creatives have a wonderful, long, successful creative career. It's October and Adobe Max is going on. And if you haven't been paying attention, there's a few key updates to a variety of programs that are fantastic. I've got my notes here a la Jared Polin, a couple things that I thought was really interesting. Behanced, I don't even know. Did you know it's basically like a, what's that thing, Clubhouse for creators? You can stream, you can do all this different stuff. People look at you, people can hire you through Behanced. I, for one, am going to take a look at Behanced. Photoshop got a bunch of new updates. They put it on the web. Who knew? All the time that I was wasting when I was a younger dude downloading free versions of Photoshop. Now we can just go on the web, edit, use, collaborate, do all these different things. But that's not what you're here for. What you're here for are video options and what happened in Premiere and After Effects. Let's talk about a couple key updates here. Mainly the first one is captioning. This thing is massive. I've actually been using this for the last couple of months and it is wonderful. The AI detection and auto detection for speech is fantastic. Rarely do I have to change things unless it's some type of specific nomenclature. Yes, I just use that word that you're using in terms of like a camera or some type of industry trade secret where it's not a readily known available acronym or word, those types of things. But the way that you can use captioning, the customization that you can use captioning is fantastic. I use it a ton for client videos, especially if things are going on social. And if you've been checking out any of my shorts, which I hope you have, if not, go ahead and click around and find them. All of the captioning I've been using for the shorts that I've been posting have been coming from Premiere Pro's caption software. It's fantastic. You should give it a try, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Next on the docket would be your timeline cleanup. Man, oh man, is this something that I love. If you're following me on social, which if you're not, you should be, RMT Shoots on Twitter and Instagram, you can see that I have quite a bit of shit talking that ends up happening about people that have disgustingly messy timelines. I don't understand this. It's my belief that how you do anything is how you do everything, and so clean up your timelines, and this feature is wonderful. You have a bunch of different parameters that you can use in order to clean these things up. You can sort by labels, enable clips, a whole bunch of different things, but it helps a ton for those things as well. Next up, we have a new function in rendering for Adobe After Effects. If you do a significant amount of work in After Effects, you'll know that one of the most painstaking things that we do in terms of time saving is waiting for that program to render. They're changing the neural rendering agent so that you can actually be rendering other parts of the sequence while you're working on a particular type of sequence or timeline. So it definitely helps speed up that process. We're super happy about that. And the next thing that's pretty great is for color corrections, mainly if you're a Sony shooter, which I am. You should check out all these videos I have on Sony. You should be very happy to know that there is now creative LUTs to be applied for Sony S-Log2 and S-Log3 for S-Gamut and S-Cinetone so that you can bring your log footage back to Rec 709 if you do color corrections in Lumetri Color, in the Lumetri Color panel, I guess I should say. I personally don't use Lumetri Color a ton. I do for small minor adjustments, especially in the hue v hue. However, if that's something that you're using and you want to have a great place to start in Rec 709 for your S-Log footage in Sony's, we now have that option. It's pretty great. The other thing we're seeing is an update to the auto correction feature. It's now called Auto Tone, I believe. And it's just a more sophisticated version of clicking what we used to have as auto, but now that has the ability for us to get at least a pretty general starting point in terms of how an image is exposed, the contrast, the saturation, all those sorts of things, which I think is pretty fantastic. And last but definitely not least, what you're seeing is the adoption of Frame.io inside Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, this thing is fantastic. What we use Frame.io for is to pass projects back and forth and to use notes across and to collaborate with notes, whether that's internally on the team or presenting things to a client so that they can review things and give notes back to us. This is an incredibly sophisticated software that used to live on its own. Adobe acquired it, and now they're starting to embed it natively inside Premiere. So this type of workflow is going to be fantastic in terms of streamlining client interactions and client notes. Really happy to see that. If you guys would like another video specifically regarding captions and how captionings are function, how I use them personally, leave a comment down below. But with that in mind, ladies and germs, that is a condensed summary of Adobe Max for video creators. If you liked the video, like the damn video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you can get more of this great content provided by your boy Teegarden. With that in mind, this is another one in the can. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.